What up, guys? I went to the pet store in Queens called Northern Aquarium Pets. They had a bunch of great fish in there. I wanted to take you guys with me because I want to be able to show off these nice pet stores. They don't have a lot of these mom and pop shops anymore. Anyway, inside they had a huge selection of goldfish, koi, arowanas, tropical fish, aggressive fish, cichlid fish, all of the best stuff. But what I loved the most was their setups because it's very handmade, very, very hobbyist made. So you can see they're all connected, and at the bottom they actually have a sump that also connects to all the tanks, and it's actually having fish inside of it as well. They have larger koi in the bottom, and they have a bunch of different types of fish in there, but they're all unconnected on one sump, and they do daily water changes as well. You can see filter media on the bottom, pipes, PVC pipes, all my type of setups. But they all have other things besides fish too. But for right here, what we're looking at is some orandas, no ranchus, but orandas, koi, comets. What else they have in there? Fantail, tyorandas, tyorandas. What else they have in here? Again, their prices are on the scale, right, on the middle. I would say on average, but yeah, they also have they had some cichlids, the geophagus right there, which I thought about getting myself, but they were $40 each. But look at this gorgeous arowana that I saw. Huge fish. I mean, I think they were selling him for like $1,000. If you're interested, you guys can go check him out. They had like 3 of them. Definitely recommend seeing them because they're gorgeous. I mean, I'm just being nitpicky and I want to get like a crazy color version of it. But the silver one is always gorgeous. It's always got an attitude. It's always got its own little, how do you say, personality to it, right? And the other tanks they had in there too. They had again, this is like an old-fashioned pet store. They don't have like the modernization of like Petco and PetSmart. This is all handmade and built by the owners or the people who work there. They had tropical fish. They had the glowfish. They had tanks that weren't on at the time because they were going through quarantine. Again, I love this setup. It's just as if I were to make a pet store, it would be something like this. Now, granted, the smell is a little strong because they have live animals as well. They had chinchilla. They had what else they had in there? They had frogs. They had parrots, birds, all types, doves. But I'm only in there for the fish. But you saw they had the little catfish right there, which are chunky and fat. But definitely recommend checking them out. I even bought some fish at the end. You guys will see him. On the containers on the left, I didn't really pay attention too much to them, but they had frogs in there too that they separated. Those little pink jars and containers. They even had crayfish in there too. So definitely recommend checking them out if you're in Flushing, Queens. I give them an 8 out of 10 because of prices, but other than that, I think it was a great place to go check out, especially if you're just getting into the hobby and want to see how a mom and pop shop is. Because they don't have that many, at least not by me. I live in White Plains, New York, and they don't have that many. So being able to see shops like this is always great. And I definitely want to get some more exposure in them because rent in Flushing, Queens has got to be crazy high. Anyway, let's walk down this aisle. And then over here we have, what else do we have in here? We have a bunch of tropical fish. They have Oscars. They have cichlids. Look at the mollies on top. I even thought about getting some and just throwing them in a tank just because. I think they were like $3 each or $5 each. Look at the parrotfish on the right. These tanks over here are all off, but you can even see they have hoses there. That means that's how you know it's not like a commercialized thing. I just love that. They had discus in there. Discus was a little pricey, but they're on the average market for retail. Gorgeous fish. They had parrotfish on the left. Look at them, also gorgeous. Well, they're a little more aggressive, so not for me. But and then over here we have more Oscars on our right. They even have signs: "Don't touch the glass." They had saltwater fish as well. If you're interested in that. I mean, I'm interested, but I don't buy them. I don't deal with saltwater. Definitely recommend. Again, I can't stress enough how much I recommend for people to show up here. I give it an 8 out of 10. And look at these guys. I love these guys. These guys have great looks, great color. They have fish supplies, pet supplies, all types of stuff. Dog food, dog bowls, dog crates, dog everything. And fish. They sell fish tanks, fish supplies, fish heaters, fish nets, fish food. They even have Frontosa in here. The glare wasn't too good with my glasses, but definitely recommend. And I ended up picking up these guys. I picked up 3 of them, and you guys will see at the end. But these guys are gorgeous. They have so much attitude, and they swim so fast. So I think it will definitely catch the eye inside my aquarium. But I would have to quarantine them first. And over here you can see the huge green severum. He's really nice too. Again, it's not my type of fish, but definitely recommend. The discus is also beautiful. Again, I'm trying to just take as much as I can with my meta glasses, so the camera quality is pretty good. It's just not in comparison to the iPhone camera. The guy was bagging up my fish, catching them out of the tank, because I asked them to actually separately bag them, each one of them, because I was still going to eat after that. But you can kind of see all the decorations they have over there, filter floss, filter media. They also had live plants if you're interested. You can see my bag fish in the sink, and then that's me taking them home. Let's go. So guys, I got the fish, and let's go. We're gonna acclimate them, but I wanted to show you guys before we started. Right, so here is the first one. Got a haircut, by the way. Oh, look at the size of this bad boy. We're gonna put them in quarantine for a little bit first, but they're actually going in this tank right next to me. Quarantine. I have no fish in here. The tank's been running for a while, and they're big enough to house them. I got 3 of these bad boys. They're albino tinfoil barbs. I think a group of 6 for them would be better, but they're like $20 each, and I spent $60 on fish when I didn't want to spend anything. So it's fine. They're worth it, though. So we're going to see what they look like in there. I think they're going to look a lot better once I put them in the big tank, but until then, they're going to be in here for at least 2 weeks. If I see nothing, then they're going to go in there. But we're going to let them acclimate in there for 30 minutes, and I'm going to let them go in and show you guys. But stay tuned for that, guys. Don't forget, if you made it all the way to here, like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Okay, so guess what time it is now? It's time to let these bad boys go. I'm going to open up. I actually really like the aquarium store that I went to pick these guys up at. They don't have a lot of old-fashioned pet stores like that anymore, so I was really happy about that. So, scoop this guy up. Relax. That's one. Here comes a second. Usually they snap or they pop off. That's number 2. We'll put the name of the store in the description, by the way, so come on out. There we go. Boom. They're in there now. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a close-up. I'm not turning on the lights. Don't want to stress them out. So let's get started. Anyway, if you guys liked today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. Peace.